Isolated, as a result of making horrible decisions. That was how I felt, and that is something that still manifests itself every day in my life. Feeling of not fitting in pushed me to do the things I knew wasn't best for me. I'm still not proud of them, but filling the void with something was what I needed back then. I did basically anything to escape from the others and moreover escape from myself and my own thoughts. And that led me to the places which were dark, cold, and where the fire outside burned brighter than the one inside of me. I grew up in dance studios, so dancing was basically everything to me. As a young age, I needed to do loads of choices regarding the group that I am in to the people that I want to invest in. And I felt like all the roads I took back then just were the wrong ones. Specifically, I remember this one competition. I was so sure we are going to make it. I had invested all my time, skills and effort to that competition, and we didn't. Instead of us, the group I used to be part of but reason to choose not to be took the double V. And that was only prelude for the future. From casting to casting, from trials to trials, and from tears to tears, I was never enough. And that was the lesson I learned back then. All of a sudden, it was not anymore how much I think I deserve it and how much I wanted it. It seemed more to be the manifesting of the rejection I was so scared of. And that was the first step seeking cover from the dark side. Like turning to these unhealthy habits made me even more miserable. I went parties a lot, or I don't think if you can call them parties because I didn't even remember what we were celebrating of. I was going out so often and every day when I woke up I felt horrible. The people who were around me saw a girl who was social and upbeat, but in fact I was the opposite. The toxic environment and this huge emotional burden that I carried with me made me feel so lost and lonely, and I thought drinking was something that could help me with that. But the truth was that it only made me forget everything. I remember this one day when I woke up and I had promised myself so many times already not to drink again. But there I was, miserable and hungover, vomiting the bad feeling on the bathroom floor. It is natural that the people around me didn't understand my actions, but I would need it the most as like understanding. I mean, as a result, I distanced myself from the people I loved and I burned the bridges that didn't go the same direction with my unhealthy habits, which I so much regretted afterwards. But the truth was, I just needed people around me because I was lost. I wanted to make change so bad, but I just didn't know how to do it and where to start it. And somehow I thought that progression is linear, but it never is. And I think that is something people often forget. Like when you start your journey, it's not like going to be one straight up. It's going to be up and downs, and you are going to have good moments and bad moments, but it doesn't take the fact away that you will still make progression, even if it doesn't feel like it every day. One day you can go to the gym and lift like really heavy weights and be happy, and the next day might be totally opposite, and it's okay. Back then I was so sad, and I would do anything to take the decisions, years and effort back, but I just can't. And that made me even more miserable. Until I decided that I can do better. That was the day my luck changed. As a result of moving around, started lifting and being curious, someone found me and finally gave me the opportunities to go international stages and projects I could never even dream of before. Taking those opportunities is something I call being brave. It wasn't maybe the same exact way how I have dreamed it to be, but I think in life it will never be. And with new experiences comes new demons, and that was exactly what it was. Curiosity often leads to trouble, they say, but it also leads to unique roads that other ones are not taking, and nobody's telling you that. And that is something to hold on to. And for the first time, I felt like I fit in. I was making progression in my own unique way. Rap blasting to my ears and weights on my shoulders, I felt I could battle anything. I felt like at the gym I was able to be the best version of myself. I could be me. To set goals and achieve them. To face your fears and speak to them. To go to the dark side when needed. There are always better options than run away from your own thoughts, to face them and conquer them. And my way is lifting weights and dancing. and do that by giving every day my best. And finally, as a result, to be better, to be stronger, to be open to change every single day.